Entering team select screen, the Chicago Bears, the home team, are selected. Ready?
Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the former MVP, Cam Newton, and the Carolina Panthers as they take on the third-year man, Mitchell Trubisky, and the NFC North champion, Chicago Bears. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, is Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers.
Alright guys, I'm going to test out the accessibility features in this game. Forgive me if I'm not good at it just yet. But just purchased the game last night. Had it uploaded. So I'm just starting it raw. I will be doing a lot of online matches. And maybe I'll enter a tournament or two if it comes about. But I'm going to test out the online features. I'm going to test out the offline features in this game. See what happens. I think I'm kicking because I feel the vibration on my controller.
Gano out to kick this one away.
And I'm on offense.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense heading out, led by Mitchell Trubisky, a Pro Bowler last year in 2018. And, of course, the number 2 overall pick in the draft back in 2017.
Never show me the weekly game boosts. Okay.
59, Mike, 59, Mike, check, 59. Drop deep.
Can I change this play? No, can I change it?
First carry for Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
Let me see, is this the play action here?
Shit.
Hey, 18.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Chicago. 51 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
I wonder if I could change it up to running play here.
Check, 59.
I'm going to audible out of here.
Don't get nervous. Check.
Move.
Check.
Change it.
They'll try to run forward with Davis. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation.
All right, I'm going to switch this up. I'm going to put
Entering. Pause screen. Resume.
God, I love the accessibility features in this game.
Super Sim. Exit game. Super Sim. Call timeout.
No.
Resume.
Where's my depth
Instant
chart?
highlights.
No, where's my
Superstar games depth chart.
depth chart? Let's
Entering depth chart screen. 1 row 58 columns left filter back. Player name M. Trubisky. Position QB.
go. Nice.
AHB selected.
There it is.
Slot 2.
Well, we're gonna put Montgomery in
Slot
here.
1.
Take him out.
Slot 2.
Put him in.
Slot 1. Player name E. Montgomery.
Yep.
Entering coaching screen depth
Wait,
chart.
does that save it? Hold on. I'm gonna see if it does.
Offensive audibles. Challenge play.
Hold on.
Entering coaching screen depth exit game.
No.
Depth chart.
I might make sure time
Entering
Montgomery.
AHB selected. Slot 2. Player name M. Davis.
Okay, he's on slot 2. Okay.
Slot 2. Slot 1. Player name E. Montgomery.
Time. Okay.
Position HB. Overall 71.
Okay. Let's move him up a little bit.
Entering coaching screen depth chart.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
SOS. Alert. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, defense, let's go.
Oh, I didn't hit the...
Delay of game, offense.
And that's my fault.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal.
We got this.
Let's see.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
We often overuse the term heart and soul when we talk about a player being just that for his team, but not in the case of Kyle Long in Chicago. He's shown his ability to be a Pro Bowl guard, a Pro Bowl tackle, but it's his passion for the game, his passion for his teammates that sets the tone for the entire team.
Alert. X3. It's 218. Chopper.
They'll run forward with Montgomery. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Okay. Let's switch this up.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Now, 4th and short, had your offense out there. That one stings.
And you know something? Your options change dramatically. Not only is it tougher to go for it, But what if you decided just to line up and try and draw them off sides? If you did it on 4th and short, you could pick up the cheap first down. Now, you still won't get a first down even if you do exactly the same thing.
54. Mike 54.
They'll try and pick it up with Cohen. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And this is going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. He may try and run for this. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 15. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. Onto the field now come the Bears. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
On third down, Trubisky. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Damn, I gotta learn how to kick this shit.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Let's try running the ball a little bit.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
18. Kill.
Entering coach challenge play medical settings controllers medical challenge play game stats exit game depth chart challenge medical settings
Where's time out?
control accessibility med challenge depth exit game super sim call timeout.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Check foot.
Now it's Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
Shoot! Hey, ball. When he hurt.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 79 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
He can run for it, and he will. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Bears.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Luke Kuechly, the all-pro linebacker, in on the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Ready? Go. Hey, ball. Hey.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
180. Hey, 18.
They'll run with Montgomery. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Pilot, 64, weak. Ready to go.
Here's the first throw now for Chase Daniel. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. From 4 yards out. And the Bears will extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking. Able to establish themselves, control the game by running it, have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
And as we say, yeah, that's right. As we say all the time, that sets up the passing game. I feel like a broken record with that.
Listen, we can be broken records all we want. Bottom line is, lather up that big horse and let him run. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go. 44 is the mark. 44 is the mark.
Now it's the backup Greer to the right side and complete to Thomas. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Greer.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Protein spill. 36. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Slam. Shoot.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I can't get that.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Down. 60 outlaw. Come. Go. Ready.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
It's just a
You draw Corker.
pass play.
From the gun, here's Daniel. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Okay.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bilal Nichols. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Greer sets to throw. And right side caught Hogan. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. On 3rd and long, here is Greer. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. On the return is Cohen. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10.
Let me see if I can try to...
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery.
There he goes.
Through and now an opening. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, 61 yards. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
I'm going to see if I'm low down the speaker volume. But I think it's a little too loud in my ears.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. It was Mitch Unrein that made the tackle.
Hold on, let me test this theory out. Let me turn off the...
Entering pause screen. Called Super Sim. Exit game. Super Sim. Exit game. Depth chart.
Let me see if I can load on
Shallow
volume.
medical center.
Where's the options?
Settings. Entering settings screen. You have penalties is select. Game options is selected. Entering game style option is set to accelerate. Minimum play. Auto flip. Defensive. Defense. Injury is set to 40. Auto accelerate. Game style. Skill level option is set to rookie. And penalties is select. Game options is selected. Visual volume. Accessibility is selected. Volume control is selected. Entering volume control screen. You have audio mix option is set to master volume set to 100. Audio in-game commentary set to stadium speaker set to 100. Crowd volume set to 100. On the field set. Music set to 0. Menu SFX set to 100. Menu SFX set to 100.
Is that music sound effects?
Menu SFX set to 1.
Do I need this?
Set to 80. Set to 64.
The music is annoying me.
Set to 34. Set to 5.
Oh, okay, this is her voice. Okay. Never mind. Need this.
Set to 46. Set to 40. Set to 50. Set to 59. Set to 60. Set to 80. Set to 87. Set to 80.
I can leave that at 100. That's fine.
Set to 99. Set to 100. Music set to 0. On the field set. Crowd volume set. Stadium speaker set to 100.
Okay, it's the stadium speakers. Let's lower this a bit. Let's put this at
Set to 63.
we'll put it 50%. See how that
Set
sounds.
to 52. Set to 50.
Okay.
Entering settings screen, you have 6 entering
Put this offense in
options
precarious
screen
position.
settings.
We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority one.
Throwing on second down. Greer sliding it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game.
It's a little bit lower.
We'll be right back.
Not very loud. I think 50% is fine.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
You got him. You got him.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here comes Cohen. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. To Montgomery to begin the drive. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do, and right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Okay, let me see what this audible does.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Wait.
Kill. Jim. Recon, 132 fighter. Shoot.
Throwing on 2nd down, Daniel. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
I killed that play, and I should have
This is a
slipped it
veteran
out.
quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Can I press it? Let me press the defense here.
Ready.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Heineke. He'll buy some time right. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
And pass option there.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. His first punt, 48 yards.
Brother.
This one looks equally as good.
Come on, fellas.
All right, let's see if I can change this
Now
out
the
of it.
Bears offense ready to take over again. And
I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there.
I'm gonna run the ball here.
Totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Guys,
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Okay, I can auto. Okay, audible out. Change it.
Check X3. 218.
Run.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
All right, I'm gonna audible. I'm gonna try to audible this again.
A reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
All right, I'm gonna audible out again. I'm gonna hit circle. Wait, no, that's shit. Hold on.
Pilot 64. Weak.
Hold on. Call time.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Okay, what I keep on forgetting is when I audible with square, when I hit circle to cancel the audible, it's a different different play. Come on.
Check three.
Hit square.
22 jet bomber.
All right, let's see what X is. Here we go.
On first down, Daniel.
Close.
That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Come on, set. It's 18 Gator. Quit talking about it.
Okay, I can audible. I'm gonna audible to a run again.
General West. Go.
Flip the play.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And
oh, my God.
A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it.
Oh, I messed it up.
Butler in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Can I change this?
Protein spill.
To try again after the sack. Daniel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit.
I'm going to see what the computer
picked. For a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Ready?
Third and long, it's Daniel. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
Can I kick? You know what? Let's go
That's
for
certainly
it.
playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Let's go for it. Why not? It's exhibition, right?
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down.
You draw Corkers. Check. Crunch. Big Dan. 61. Matchbox lights. I go. Loaded. Watch out.
We go.
Get it.
A final shot before the break. Daniel throwing the out route and complete. It's Hall fighting through it. He's got space. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. Marvin Hall as time expires in the first half. And the Bears will extend their lead. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Share? Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up this weekend in the NFL. In our game, most of the start.
Hold on. Let me see who's up there. Options. Broadcast. Yeah, my friend, just hit me. If you're friends with me, hit me up at the party and I'll share play with you real quick. No, I got no problems with that, my man. If not, look up my gamer tag and type inside this player and hit me up that way, and I'll hit you up with a friend request. And if you're new to my channel, follow me on my other channel on Twitch and subscribe to this one on YouTube, my man. I got no problem with game sharing.
Made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener.
I mean, as far as the accessibility features in this game,
screen settings.
I love them. I love it all. It reads everything and everything that I wanted to do in Madden 2019 that I couldn't do in Madden 2019. The fact that it reads all this stuff,
accessibility,
that I don't need my two boys to help me anymore, freaking fucking awesome. I'll tell you that right now from a blind perspective, my friend. So I'm going to play everything. I'm going to play franchise mode with just my Bears, I'm going to play franchise mode just coaching, just to see how to test that out. And maybe I'll create a player. We'll see.
Control or select.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
I like that song. They played that one on Madden 2019 last year. But I like changing the music loads a little bit.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. They'll look to throw here.
See, I would like to go man-to-man here.
And he's taken down. A Bear sack. Bilal Nichols able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big.
Bilal Nichols,
they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
All right.
We got this.
Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Yeah, watch out run play here. We'll flip the play.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out.
We'll slow this down a little
bit.
bit.
Can really benefit your team right now.
Ready? 90 Wolf. 59.
Let me see if I can change this. Let me see what this out of ball from square hit.
Switch it.
We'll switch it.
Recon 132 fighter.
Okay, he said recon 132 fighter. That's what this is.
Now.
On 2nd and 9, Daniel. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight.
Can I run that play again?
Anyone open.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, let's run the clock a little bit.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Okay. So this is what I need them to do. I need them to read the in-game
pressure there. A host of people
play, so I can know if I did a run play action here.
But couldn't evade all of them.
All right, my bad. Okay, let's try to practice our kicking here.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago.
All right, here we go. 3 vibrations. 1, 2, 3.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies.
Entering auto flip on pop-up. The eye will handle flipping your defensive play to best match the offensive formation. If you want to manually flip your defense in the play call screen, you can turn it off now. It will stay off until it is turned back on. Turn off auto flip. Keep using auto flip. Turn off auto flip. Keep using auto flip.
It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Strip that ball.
They'll run again here with Artis Payne. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Got a man, it's right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the 1st down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the 1st down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Down. 70, Indy. Army. 5.
They'll run it with Artis Payne. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. It's complete. Artis Payne. Call it a gain of 3. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on 3rd downs, and it's costing them.
Fourth down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. From the left hash, this from 37. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Tighten up. Check X3. 218. Chopper. Light. Right. Begin. He's checking. Crash. Pilot. 64. Weak. Shoot.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Montgomery. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Hey. 22 jet bomber. Can. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Ready.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Wild Bill. Check 9. General West.
Out of the gun, Daniel. Floating run incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And now it's 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Protein spill. Hey, orbit. Ready to go. Now.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Ready. 15 line. Come on out here. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. Ready. Mike's 54. You draw quarters. Here we go, D. Let's go. Roll out. Hey. High 7.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. A full start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
90 Wolf. 80 weapon. Look, squeeze. Hit it.
On 2nd down now. It's White. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Bears on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Check 3. Topper. Check go. Hey, Sam on. Kill.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Greystone travel.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Under pressure, and down goes Daniel. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Again on the ground with Artis Payne. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. He may try and run for this. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup, and that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Not here. 6-6, pull it high. Lightning.
On 1st down, it's Montgomery. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Switch. X3. 218. Chop it. Hey, Haywood.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And an alley to run. 20. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bears add on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on, like, the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind. But he's just saying something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. The wideout Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's right. 12 yards there and a first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Entering auto flip on pop-up. The eye will handle flipping your defensive play to best match defensive formation. If you want to manually flip your defense in the play ball screen, you can turn it off now. It will stay off until it is turned behind.
Incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's right. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Panthers on third down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only one time. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's right. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Jarius Wright that time, but it'll be 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Entering auto flip on pop-up. The I will handle. Turn off auto flip. Keep using auto flip.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown is going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you've got a heck of a chance to win.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they've put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Safe. Go. General West. Joker. Hey, Charlie. Under.
Daniel looks to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the blue draw quarters. Come. Go.
1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good sock, baby. That's a baby sock.
Entering options screen settings. Medical center.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9.
61, matchbox lights. Snap.
A give. This is Montgomery. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. They'll run on first down. Montgomery, he'll get 3 up to midfield.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the slant. Check. Topper. Put it. Yo, jackrabbit, come on. Hit it.
They will run with White out of the shotgun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Recon, 132 fighter. Lock it.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
We got to step it up. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch safety creep. Creeping. Safety's creeping. Shit.
6-6. Pull it high. Clear. Beat them.
Now Montgomery. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Ready. 8.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
X3. 218. Chopper. 5.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And not much running room. Down to the 32. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Pilot, 64, weak. Opposite. Lightning. Get it.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
but this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. This has neither the distance nor the accuracy. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. To the right side and complete to Thomas. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that will extend this big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
On the ready. 57's right. Hey, check. Tight end right. No. 3 down. They go.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
I'm scared. Now.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.